What's going on, traders? Welcome to the happy hour, Money Mitch. This is what we do on Friday. The market has closed. I've poured up already. You guys get it started with me. Welcome to Money Mitch Happy Hour. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now, we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch. What's going on, traders? I know that you guys are seeing the market struggle a little bit. I'm enjoying the day. I'm enjoying the week. I'm up on the week. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys were probably watching Money Mitch, then hey, you guys are probably not doing too bad then. Let's go ahead and let's take a look here at the market, see what we saw on the market sentiment. Of course, you guys know we got bullered. Yes, I heard Joel say it, and I was actually already going to say it, so I feel like, man, he got it dead on the knob. We got bullered today, definitely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the market, see what we saw out there. But the SPY really taking a hit today, and we're going to go ahead and show that right now as it hopped back down, man. This is not what I wanted to see, but you guys know me. I'm always looking at it in a bullish sense here. Look at this hop back down below this 417, now back down to this 414. Where can we go? Where can we kind of end up? This could pull back closer towards 400. You know, of course, I don't want to see the SPY pull back that much. But one thing that's not keeping me too bad is let's look at the Qs, see if this could kind of really come back. You know, we did get kind of this action where it wanted to break out through the 350s. That's where I really want to watch. But Jim Bullard this morning, man, he was coming in there hawkish, saying that the central bank would likely come with an interest rate hike in 2022 versus that 2023 that they mentioned. We'll see if this kind of holds. I want to see it get back above 344, 54s. For a little while there, we had some bigger stocks going up, but we'll definitely talk about some of those stocks. What's going on? I want to catch up with the chat. How we doing? Happy, did you bring your own whiskey? That's what Happy's asking. I mean, I made it to the party. Do you guys hear? What's going on, guys? How we doing? What's up? We got a great show for you today. I'm going to let you know right now, guys, we got some great guests. We got Ryan Rozbiani next. And then after that, I have a great interview for you guys. I'm going to be interviewing a trader from Twitter, so definitely check her out. Her name is @SwingPony, so definitely you guys see him above my corner. We'll be getting into those interviews in a short little bit. Let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit more about, you know what? I want to talk a little bit about some cars, guys, before I talk about some other stocks here. Did you guys see our recent video that we just put out on the Mclaren 720S? I don't know if you guys saw that recently, but we just put out this video, guys. I kind of want to show you guys a little bit of it. Let's go ahead and let's take a little peek here. Let me see if I can get this going for us. All right, let me go ahead and reshare here. Boom. All right, let me make sure it's on HD here for us. All right, there you go. Pulling it to the screen. Guys, check this out. I'm going to give you a little hint, so I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but check it out, guys. Tell me, guys, what you guys think. I don't know about you guys, but nothing like that sound, right?
What we have behind us is a 2021 Mclaren 720S.
Ooh.
It's got a twin turbo.
What are you guys thinking of this? Let me know in the chat, guys. Hit me with a like. What do you guys think?
Beautiful ceramic gray. The whole car is carbon fiber. Today, we're going for coolness, all right? We're not necessarily car guys. We're not going to be able to rate the transmission of 4.8 out of 5.
Swing Pony coming on later.
What we can count is
Stick around.
that we get in this vehicle. That's what we're going for. We're going for the cool factor on this thing.
Hey. Well, like I said, guys, if you guys want to check it out, definitely check out that video. I'll actually put up this link here. I'll put it up now, but you guys can definitely check it out on Benzinga's channel. I thought it was really good, so I can't blame it. Let's go ahead and let's get back to stocks like Roy said. Let's talk some stocks, Mitch. I can't blame you, Roy. Let's go ahead and let's get back into some stocks. All right, guys, so today I'm going to be going into some of the ones that I actually took a shot on the stock today, so might as well go ahead and bring it up, right? Let's go ahead and let's bring up that stock that I took a shot on. I've been watching this stock for a little while, and I said, you know what? This might be the Undercutting Rally. I took my shot in snow today, guys, and I'm going to pull up the hourly to show you guys where I got in and why I got in. Here's the hourly, guys. This is what I saw kind of pre-market. I saw this downward trending action. I was waiting for it to get back above this 245. It started holding here well, and then let's take a look here on the 5-minute so that you can see how I got in here. And so pretty much, guys, I was watching this one pre-market. It was holding pretty well. It started going up here. When it started holding VWAP right here around this kind of 1035 period, that's when I started trying to get in. I was looking for it to get in closer towards 245 and 246, but it kind of popped up really quickly on me. I actually got in here at 246.50, but not a bad entry here. You know, it came up towards a high of 250 today. I'm going to be really watching if this one can really get some kind of momentum going here. One of the things that I did see is this big volume bar on the 5th, on May 27th. We got this big volume bar on snow. And then now we got in kind of this big candle before this. I want to see it start attempting to get above this high. It's 255.99, pretty much 256 there. We'll see if it can get above those levels next week. This is one that I'm expecting to start testing. You know, one of the things it did is it undercut that IPO look. And now we'll look to see if it can really start running and start ramping up. First profit really would be all the way up towards, I would look towards 300 really. You know, I could take some profit into the 280s. That's like kind of the first level of resistance, but it could get up towards that 300. I could see that move getting on up there. So I'm going to keep an eye out on this snow. You guys saw Tesla today start moving on up and then kind of pulling back a little bit today. It looks strong right out the gate, so that it doesn't really kind of scare me in this one. It's okay to get some pullbacks. As you guys seen, this is where I got it in. This is where I got it out, guys. You guys, we got this breakout right here. Then we get up towards a resistance, 621. You could see how it kind of acts as a resistance. It kind of pushed above it. Now the real key is, can it hold that 621 on pullbacks? That's what I want to see. Any pullback, kind of hold that 621 action. And then let's start testing up there towards the 630s. Today we got up towards a high of 628.35. We're going to see if it can get above this 635.59 next week. That's what I'd be looking forward. And once we get towards that level, if we can break that level and get some good catalysts, we could get a run up towards the 650s. That's what I'm looking for in the next week. You guys already know. Let's keep going. You guys, next stock. I want to talk a little bit about Shop. This is one that we brought up Monday, and I drew this line yesterday, guys, that this would be the resistance. Look how that reacted today. That really held well there on that resistance run. Let's see if this actually holds as a clear resistance. You could maybe push it up a little bit. I'm just going to leave it right there, guys. Let's see if this kind of holds that resistance, breaks out through that. As you guys can see, the hourly trend, this one kind of does that push out, pull back towards support, breakout. Hourly looks good on this one, but Shopify, man, what a week. What a week in Shopify. Let's look at the weekly candle. Look at this. Look at this weekly candle, guys. We called this one out on Monday. This one did a rip up there, guys. What a move from a low of 12.45 to a high of 14.85. I'll do cheers to that. And I just wish I was in this bad boy. I gotta, you know, one of the things is that a lot of times I haven't been used to taking these high price names, guys. It's just something I recently started really doing. You guys probably know how it's been. I've taken a lot of times mid caps and low cap names just to take the trade. That's why I trade stocks like, let's say, RSI, Genie, stocks like that. But hey, I want to start getting into stocks like this too, because if I can get a run like this was a great run in a week full of uncertainty. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at another stock that did get a run. I want to talk about Mitch. No, I'm talking Match here. All right, guys, let's take a look here. Look at this weekly candle. We got a strong weekly candle from Match. I'm looking for this one to continue. Reason why I'm looking for this one to continue, guys, I mentioned it this morning on our at the open, kind of where we live trade. I was in the chat mentioning, hey, I like Match because the pent-up demand for single people, they just want to go out there and kind of date. They haven't been dating for a whole year probably. And so you're going to see kind of the Match. I think the Tinders go on fire. And I guess for the single people out there, cheers to you guys too. All right, let's keep it going. What's going on out there? What did you guys see moving out there? Hit the like. Let's keep it going. What's up? What's up? Mike's talking about a Tilray breakout. All right, I'll take a look at Tilray in a little bit. Let's take a look here. So Tilray kind of pushed up there, but it didn't hold that breakout. That's kind of what you want to see. And the problem with a stock like this is that you have such a high trend. Really, I mean, where can you draw this kind of trend? You have to draw it kind of closer towards this line because this line would kind of make more sense. Not up here, up at the top 67. This is a harder chart to draw. Not my favorite Tilray in Canada. I mean, there's another couple that you can take a look at, but cannabis will eventually get a rise. The question is when. This one has pulled back significantly on the daily, so just be careful. But you are coming back to support. I would draw support here closer towards 1550. That's what I'd look for it to hold to into next week. All right, let's go ahead. We're saying guys again. There you go. There you go. Webcoin coming through. Hey, we might have to make it a drinking game today. Remember? Remember we talked about it being a drinking game. I might have to start that today. What do you guys think of that drinking game? Hey, guys. All right, let's get going. Let's get into another stock here. Asana having a great day. Man, what a push up. Look at this daily chart. Why have we not been in Asana? This was a stock for a long time that even when it IPO'd, it went down to about $20. This was a good stock for a long time. Definitely one that I should have definitely been looking at in the pandemic time. We were looking at this one and kind of in November. And man, when this one broke out, this one hasn't looked back. Let's look at the weekly. Look at the weekly on this. It kind of went down towards this 20 level, pushed on up, 40s, 30s, and now ripping on up there. Look at these last two weekly candles really getting on up there. Asana's really all about those big business partners, those 1 million customers. But man, that's a lift right there. You guys already know. Solar, 2 drinks for every time Mitch repeats a phrase. Give the game, give the game. I won't laugh. There you go. Looks like we're going to be joining up in a little bit with Ryan Rozbiani. You guys already know where to find him. Let's keep it going to one more stock here. I got a couple more that I can point out, but one that is seeming interesting to me is PayPal's recent move. Look at the daily chart. Look how this is really starting to push on up. The one that you can see moving with PayPal is Square. So let's see if Square kind of continues that move. This is one that we were talking about on Monday to see if it can continue to lift. And now the next stop for it is at 242 up there. I'm going to be looking to see it rip through Square. And another one that I mentioned, it's a slower move. If you want something a little safer, is Mastercard. Look at that support right there underneath it. I'm expecting this one to come start lifting and getting up there towards the 380s. Let's go ahead and pay attention to a couple more. I got a couple that I want to mention with Ryan when he gets on, but let's take a look here at one that did pull back on me that I'm looking to maybe add into, and that's RSI today. I'm in this one at 1326, guys. I'm looking to add down towards the 1236 mark, which is the support here. I'm expecting to get a bounce there. One of the things is I'm expecting a Q3 and Q4 run in gambling. So I'm trying to get in here nice at the bottom and work my average down so this one can get a nice push up. You got to have fun, Dave. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, that's what I try to do here, guys. Enjoy myself, have a good time, and hey, and maybe on Friday, have a good whiskey. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Let's see what other stocks are moving. I know a lot of people are watching Penn. When this one starts moving up, that's when I'll expect kind of the gambling to really get a bounce. Today, we cracked that kind of bear pattern here on the weekly. So next stop up on a downside could be towards 64, 65s, or even down here towards 53s. If it does get down towards that 53, I know I'm even going to start adding into some Penn. So I'm going to be looking for this stock to pull back towards that support, and we'll get on there. Let's see if it has the water ticker. I think, you know, I've been using kind of the Webull for the charting here. I don't think this one has it. I'll do you a solid. How about this? Let's go to this one. All right, there you go. I see you, Tesh. I see you. Don't worry. We can get into that. So if I use this charting, I got you. This charting will get you that pen in the background look. Let's look at the one daily so you don't see all those kind of pre-market looks. There you go. There you go. Now you can see it. You can read it. I got you. Let's go ahead and let's keep it going. We got 2 minutes until we bring on Ryan. I want to go ahead and take a look at another stock here, see if we can keep getting this stock to move. This one's my kind of bigger name that I'm into, guys, and that's Genie. I know a lot of people, I talked about the story yesterday. We did get a pullback towards 18. I'm looking for this support here to hold, guys. So the bottom here is 1750. Looks like we could got a pullback towards 18. We have a low right here on the last daily candle of 1772. I'm looking for that to hold tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, going into Monday, as we're going to go ahead and probably test down underneath 18 for a second. If this can recover and get back above this kind of 1850s, 1875, that's what I'd like to see going into the next week. I'm definitely going to be holding this one long term. There's not many stocks I hold long term, so I'm going to be talking about Genie and bringing it up consistently here. All right, let's go ahead. Yes, I'm still in Tesla. I talked about it a little bit earlier if you didn't get the Tesla talk, so I'll definitely get into that. But I already covered it, so rewind if you want to talk about Tesla, but we'll keep it going. There you go, electronic. I talked about it. Buy the dip and sell the rip. Yeah, I could have done that, but I'm trying to hold in that one. A little bit of diamond hands in that one, so we'll take a look. Apple wants a quick look. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look before we bring on Ryan. It's already 4:20. I think it's the perfect time to bring on Ryan, but we'll hold that on the side there. Let's see if this one can keep ripping. One of the things that I saw on this one, let's look at the weekly chart. You can see kind of the trend line that we're trying to kind of break out of. You can see how this one really is kind of has a bottom trend line here. Let me go Alt-T here. Look at this look. This is what matters for me in Apple. As long as it can hold this bottom trend line, it can go up, it can come back to it, it can go up, it can go back to it. I would look for that to kind of continue, and it's a good sign if we can get this one to continue lifting. It's kind of going into kind of a, you could say, an uptrending triangle if you drew a resistance here and a horizontal line here. Let's go ahead and draw it. Alt-H for our Benzinga users. So yeah, if you drew that kind of there, you know, you could draw kind of an uptrending triangle here. Let's see if it breaks out of here through the 135s, through the 140s, and gets on up there to the 150s. It's going to need some catalyst, I think. Look for some catalyst, some news flow to come out. But the volume lift was starting to come in there. So that's a good sign on that curve. And one of the things is you got multiple lows attempts here to break through this, but it didn't even break. It held it multiple days. So that's a good sign. That's a good U effect. Now you'd really need some lift to continue this run. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring on my man. I want to get into some fun. You guys know who he is if you guys have probably been on watching Benzinga before. He's one of our loyal guests here and bringing on some ideas. Ryan.
Rozbiani. What's going on, Mitch? How you doing,
What's up, man? What's up, dude?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Hey, it was a good week. I mean, I know that some people struggled a little bit on this week, but these are the weeks I kind of like because I feel like there's a lot of opportunities. You know, we saw the VIX kind of jump, volatility. I mean, these are trading days, right?
Dude, yeah. So what's funny is yesterday, Sung and I bought some SPY 418 puts, and we were like, yeah. So we were, and into like the close of yesterday, I was like, Sung, I'm gonna kill you. You made me buy these puts. They're not gonna go anywhere. And then I wake up this morning and I'm like, Mullard said this, and I look at SPY and I text him. I'm like, yo, Sung, wake up. The puts are printing. The puts, and then like 4 minutes before open, he wakes up and he goes, oh my God. So man, we did good on that one. Shout out to Mullard, even though he doesn't have a vote. His whatever he said is worthless. So, but shout out to him for making me some money today.
Dude, CNBC, they love to bring on the bear when they can hit the hammer, right?
Somebody had puts in the studio. Probably Jim Cramer had some puts and he needed them to print. So like, let's call Mullard.
They knew exactly who to call. They called the hawk when you need a hawk, right? I mean,
it's funny because it's like yesterday we had like that. Well, when was it? It was Wednesday, right? At this point,
yeah,
we had the big dip, and then it started slowly recovering into yesterday, and then like this morning, you just wake up and it's like, doosh, and then everyone's like quad witching, and it's like that doesn't do anything, but yeah, everyone's freaking out over that.
I mean, the gap down, even look at that gap down on that chart. Oof,
beautiful.
Oof.
Shout out to the gap down.
It was funny too because I remember seeing that tweet, and I was like, what? But stocks only go up, dude. Stocks only go up, right?
Well, dude, that's what we thought. We thought we were going to have to lose a lot of money on these puts, but then, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we had the big drop.
Hey, who knows? We'll definitely have to pay attention and see what happens here. Definitely. 420, boys. It's just 4:20 o'clock. No, we're not 4:20, boys. Come on. All right, let's keep it going. Andres, thank you. You already know. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm glad I was able to talk a little Apple. I was looking at Apple today. It did held. Just keep your eyes on it. I loved when it broke out of that trend. So just keep your eyes on that one. We'll see if
I almost bought some calls on that this morning. But it's like too much going on right now. I was like, I'm going to wait till Monday. I said, I'll wait till Monday.
All right. So Ryan, one of the things is you're one of the traders that I kind of reach out to just because you're in the thick of it, man. You're in the game, so
appreciate you, man.
Let me know what did you see out there this week? What kind of mood, what kind of caught your eyes? And then we'll get into some of your trading ideas, but what caught your eyes first?
So the big one that caught my eye this week was Unity. Unity out of nowhere, like parallel to Corsair Gaming. Like if you remember, we were talking about Corsair last time I was on here with you.
Yeah, and then that was
that one had a massive move. And then Unity said, "Hold up, I'm coming." And then Unity had a big jump too this week. So that was fantastic. I've been accumulating Unity as much as I can on these dips. That gap down still to me makes no sense, and to me it's still undervalued. But that's just me personally because I understand where the gaming world is going. And a lot of Wall Street, unfortunately, doesn't understand this stuff. It's the same reason why you hear a lot of naysaying about crypto and blockchain because folks, if they don't understand it, they're like, we're not going to invest in it. Same reason why I don't invest in bio stocks. I don't understand it. So I don't blame people. But I think this one is a hidden diamond.
They're like Unity. Well. What is it uniting? I don't know.
Uniting gamers, man. To make
Uniting gamers. There you go, on a platform really. I mean, this one's interesting. It kind of has that look like down here where it really kind of held that bearish look, and it was looking like it even broke down here. Like if you didn't have any of this over here,
right?
Like, and you were just looking at this, it looked like it broke that bear pattern, came down, and then I see this often, man. I really heard this called the best by Gillis Morales. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't make it up, but he calls it the Undercutting Rally, where you get like these big, like just undercuts, and all of a sudden the rally comes in. The rally, and the stock just starts rallying. Well, I don't know if you saw, I got into snow. That's a similar chart.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I took snow
I'm not feeling that one. I've been playing Palantir instead of snow. Snow to me still bothers me because I still remember this one headline where it's like Warren Buffett buys snow shares $5 per share before IPO, and I'm like, if he paid $5, I'm not paying $250. Forget this. I don't want it.
Yeah. If he paid $5, let him slide me some of those shares.
I'm like,
yo, Warren, where you at, man?
Now the AMC guys start to make a little more sense where they're like, the suits are against us. The suits have the advantage, right? It doesn't sound so conspiratorial anymore.
Hey, well, the Undercutting Rally. Do you see the little undercut?
Parallel
rally.
These are like very similar charts, except this one doesn't have the gap down.
The Airbnb, I think, did the same thing. Let's look at it.
Oh, that one's gonna be beautiful soon. I'm not in it. I regret not being in it, but that one's gonna have its day. And
those little undercuts, it just likes to look like it's gonna go bear, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. starts getting back up there. We'll keep an eye on these. Definitely those IPOs, man. They're interesting. There's a lot of them actually. To tell you the truth, a lot of people talk about SPACs, but I mean, there's a lot of IPOs that came in. Big IPOs. I was even looking at Coin, man. I'm not gonna lie. I stopped out. I'm
drowning in Coinbase.
I got stopped out. I got stopped out this week in Coin. You know how I am. I'm a little bit of a bottom feeder. So,
dude, that's how you should be. It's not a bad thing to be in the stock market.
Hey, you got to know what you
are. Coin's
right?
killing me. Coin's killing.
You are what you eat, right? You are what you eat.
Dude, so bad. It's so heartbreaking because you look at the financials. So like for me, it was between Coin and Roblox because those two IPO'd around the same time. Roblox's financials garbaggio. Coinbase's financials fantastic and getting better, but people just hate it because of the Bitcoin. Like it's like our Bitcoin's going down. Sell Coinbase, even though when volatility goes up for crypto, Coin makes way more money. They make money when the volatility is in there because it's buying and selling velocity increases. But I guess Wall Street just doesn't understand that, and it's okay. I mean, let it take its time. These things will eventually prove themselves in the market because the numbers don't lie. So I'm happy waiting it out. But to me, it's like wow, this is wild.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a little brave today. I didn't grab it just because I was already gonna get into that PDT rule. We're not gonna go into all that, but
Mitch, let's not do that, man. We don't want you to get prevented from buying any stock.
We're not gonna get into all that. I don't want to talk about why the PDT rule exists or not, but look at this. This is what's starting to interest me. These multiple lows with some good wicks right around the same area. And then a turnaround. The big thing is it can't break that. It can't even get close to it. And so that's what I like. When I get like this in the kind of this technical look, I'll just be like that, right? I'll just be like literally like that's my spot. If it breaks that, I'm out. But I mean, when you get this close, you can get this close to a stock that could potentially. I mean, a lot of people have Coin going to like 500 eventually. I would say
there's people out there that bought this at 100 billion valuation before the IPO. So rest in peace to them. But
I mean, Kathy got like $1 billion.
Her average isn't that bad. So I've actually been tracking her average using an Excel sheet. She's around the market price, the way that she buys into it. But man, that's a lot of money in capital that she's thrown into it across 3 of her ETFs. It's wild. I don't know how she does it. Like, I'm a huge Kathy Wood fan, but at a point, like, I look at some of the buys and sells, and I'm like, this is getting a little toasty. It's getting a little toasty.
Imagine seeing that position, like the position, like all her positions, and like seeing them just go up and down.
Oh. Dude, I don't know how she sleeps at night. I look at my portfolio some nights and I'm like, what am I doing? And then I look at her portfolio and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad for them. I like them. I have one of the ARK funds. I have ARK W in my IRA. So I hope they succeed. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, ARK is looking a little bit better. So let's go ahead and let's get into a little bit more of your trading ideas. We got about 10 minutes left until we get to our next interview, but definitely ARKK. Look at that candle on that daily.
Fantastic,
I like that candle. That was a good recovery candle. Some people were talking about it. Right here is when I talked about if Kathy Wood was going to break. It was the 100, and I saw it break down multiple times. Did we get it? No, we recovered that 100. That was a big, important price point for that stock.
That was getting scary for them at that point. They also had outflows happening, like massive outflows were happening.
I mean, because it broke that 100. I mean, you could look it on the chart. You're talking downfall 90s, 80s, 70s really quickly. So now it's recovering pretty well. So, I mean, now I think it's just all about like kind of a little bit of a chop zone. But the biggest stock, one of the biggest holdings in this docu, did you see that move?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Before we get into that, let's just show the chart. I won't even talk too much about this because not really a stock that I called. But man, look at that.
That's a big move. A lot of people are behind this one. I like what it did, man. I respect it.
You gotta let me know next time, Ryan.
No, I wasn't in it. I'm just saying I respect it.
Yeah, definitely.
To me, that's such a massive move. I'm like, there's got to be a pullback coming in the next few days. That's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a nice lift there. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into some of your plays. What do you
want? Let's go to Twitter.
Let's do it.
Twitter. I've been munching. No, not Twitter.com. Twitter the stock.
Oh, I was going to Twitter, bro. I was going to your Twitter, man. I was going to show it off.
No. We're all good.
Oh, I got it on. I was right there, dude. I was right there.
I've been using Twitter so much.
Check him out.
I was like, hit the follow, whatever you guys want to do.
Let's go ahead.
Twitter, man. I've been watching that gap that's been on Twitter for a while now. Like you said, it's that rallies happening. Yeah. I like it a lot. This one has a soft spot for me because it's the very first stock that I bought long term back in 2017. I still have it. And I was like, this finally makes sense for me to start accumulating more of this position. Because, of course, I sold off on rips and stuff like that. So this one, to me, it's like they're doing so much with Twitter Spaces. They're expanding into a monetization model with Twitter Blue. The platform's getting stronger because it's no longer just, hey, come and tweet something and leave. The coordination and community aspect has finally been ingrown. People are on the platform much longer. You're seeing people on Twitter Spaces for hours every single day, myself included. I'm in there listening, learning. It's become such a powerful tool. And I think you're going to see more and more utilization of it. Like we saw the Bitcoin Mining Council had a space yesterday. Bloomberg is running spaces on there. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this whole engine of Twitter plays out. And I think they're going to have a good quarter coming up in the next 1 to 2. So it's like, I got to start getting it as much as I can, even though I played puts this morning and made some money off of Twitter puts. But again, you got to learn to play both sides of the trade. That's how you make money. And don't just be like a bull or a bear. Play both sides of the trade. You'll make way more money doing that.
All right, guys. You guys in the chat, definitely put a 1 if you're bullish the name. Put a 2 if you're bear. Join in on the party, man. You guys can also mention in. All right, let's go ahead. Twitter, man. That's a nice little low there. I can see it kind of on the weekly, kind of going towards that level, and it definitely went to that level fast, but also retraced from that level fast too. That's also a good sign. You know, one of the things is when you get those like kind of knife actions. I don't know about you, Ryan, but I want to see that kind of U shape right back.
I get hungry when I see that. So like last summer when small caps got like quiet, when I saw like Beyond Meat and Peloton knife down, I was like, all right, scoop. And then like 2 weeks later sold off for like a 20-30% gain. I was like, this it's just the name of the game. These stocks, if nothing has fundamentally changed about the company or the financials or anything at all, it's like, all right, this drop, this is an overreaction. I'm going to make money over this overreaction. And I just scoop and then I flip it pretty quickly. I have no intentions of ever holding Beyond Meat in my portfolio. I think it's a terrible product. But that's just me personally, but I'm going to still make money off of it. So look for those price actions.
Looks like there's support in the chat for Twitter. So that's looking good. Let's go ahead and let's go get to one more name. What else we got here?
Let's go to Lemonade. Lemonade's one that I've been playing around with, fooling around with for a while. I got in
squeezing
like
that
2 days before that massive, squeezy. I got in a while back, like 2 days before that Motley Fool pump that happened. So I was like, I'm super grateful for whatever that was. Those guys pumped the thing to like 180, 90 bucks. I got in at 60. I was like, holy crap. I sold it as fast as I could. And then I bought back in on dips. And now I'm just slowly accumulating on the way up. I like it. I like their model. It's AI, it's insurance. Insurance is like a very lucrative thing that if you see it, they want to expand into car insurance, even though I don't think they should, but that's just my personal opinion. I like what they're doing. I like how it's moving. I'll give it time. Tech isn't going anywhere. I think AI is getting bigger and bigger. I do think that their marketing sucks, though, because I used to see ads for these guys in the New York subway all the time, and I had no idea what it was. It would show like a laptop dipped in like pink paint, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. So they might have to fix their marketing campaign. But other than that, I'm happy with the action that the stock has given me. So I'm just going to keep adding on any dips that I see if we get any more. But that rally is massive. Look at that V-shaped recovery right there.
Yeah, that another IPO, you know. Yeah. That went towards that IPO number, that hard dip action after a bearish pattern, and then look at the volume down there. Someone went shopping.
Spike.
Someone went shopping. That's what happened there.
Someone had that limit order sitting there for like months. So like, let me get like 10,000 shares of Lemonade.
Dude, they had that 60 just waiting there. They were just like, yo, I'm putting out 60. I'm putting out 60.05, 60.10, and I'm going to put out a big boy order, and I'm just going to sit back and relax. I think he's still sit back and relax, and he probably took a little bit off here in the 107, let it dip down a little bit, and he was like, all right, I'll hold the rest. Let's do it. But yeah, this one's an interesting one. I mentioned this one with Mile, but we got a couple minutes left. Let's go with one more. What else you got?
Sure. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look at.
Look who's in the house.
Who's in there? Sung. What's up, buddy?
That boy, Sung.
Sung, shout out to you and those spy puts, man. They're paying for the weekend.
Yo, shout out to the super sticker. Don't worry though. Send it to the Venmo next time.
That's going straight to Jason.
Budweiser stock. Dude,
I was actually looking at that earlier this morning.
There you go.
Pull it up?
It was that.
I was so surprised that they're a $123 billion company. I was blown away. Wait, it's Ambev, or I thought there was something. I thought they were BUD.
No. It's BUD, right? BUD. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
No worries, man. I don't blame you, dude. When you look at these tickers all day,
look at that. Look at this gappy. This thing be skipping around, dude. Just like skippity.
It's like a drunk.
This stunk. Yeah, this is how drunks walk right here,
dude. For real.
Oh, I fell.
Oops.
Oh. All right.
And then he gets like that drunk bravery and just keeps going up.
This is called that belligerent run.
Yeah, dude. He's like, this thing can't walk on a straight line to save its life. This is a wild stock,
trade
man.
Something like this.
I looked at it and I immediately closed it. I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah, the only way I could trade something like this is if I looked at the monthly and I just tried to guess off of support.
The monthly's been ripping too. That's the problem. The monthly, the weekly, everything's just been going.
That's the only time you can not see a gap, bro. You got to go back to the monthly.
Or you have to turn on the Heikinashi candles just so everything levels off a little bit.
Yeah, bro. That's the only way. I think that's how, honestly, that's probably how the hedge funds and the bigger institutions are trading this. They're using the monthly. They're not looking at that. They're not looking at that daily. Who could look at that daily?
They're looking for the trips. They're looking for when that drunk stock trips down. They're like, oh, let's pick this up. He's going to run in a week. He's going to sober up and we're going to go.
Definitely. Oh, Ambev was the old symbol. All right. So, Mike, I'm not at least crazy. I'm not at least crazy, at least. All right. Let's keep it going. Sam's. Let's look at Sam's. I like the Boston beer. It's the Boston beer, right? Oh, doing the same thing. Starting to break down.
This is an expensive stock, man. This is $1,000 stock for a $3 beer.
This stock in the pandemic? This stock was only $400 before the pandemic. Now
people give Tesla crap. That's the funniest thing.
$1,300. And you know what happened here? You know how this happened, right? Ryan, you know the story, right?
I have no clue.
You don't know about the lemonade smack in the face?
No, I had no clue.
Oh man, just look that up.
Were you talking about the one in the grocery store? The guy just picked up the can of smacks. Oh my god.
That's exactly where this came from. That was the smack. That's called the smack run.
This thing is, dude. People are running around Twitter yelling about Tesla being overvalued. This is a beer company. Come on, man.
You could see it, dude. You could see it. I mean, Sam's, Chipotle.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on Chipotle. That thing should be like a $300 stock with all the lawsuits they've had. It makes no sense.
Nah, dude. You just, dude. This is the next Amazon. I just didn't know it when I was growing up.
Dude, look at the thing. It came down to $400 and now it 4x to $1,600. Bill Ackman's the only one who could have this kind of stupid luck with the stock.
Dude, I'm gonna sound old here. I'm giving my age away, but like my high school days, man, I should have been buying up Chipotle, dude. I'd be sitting
back when we were in high school.
These
guys were giving out salmonella with every single meal. Nobody wanted this stock. This thing was a mess.
Look at that thing, dude! Almost $1,500 for Chipotle.
Wild.
Are we looking at Berkshire or are we looking at Chipotle?
Dude, now the AMC guys make sense when they're like AMC's going to 100,000. You got beer companies going to 1,400. You got Chipotle
why not?
Going to 1,400. Why not? Right?
I'll tell you right now, I like AMC more than I like Chipotle. I mean,
dude, me too. I have more fun in the AMC than I have at a Chipotle. Look at that candle, man!
Let's
Shout
go
out
on
to
the monthly.
apes.
Look, I know some apes are going crazy right now.
You got to be careful, man. If you say the wrong thing, they're gonna come to your house.
Oh yeah, I already know. That's why Matt Kors is on my side, guys. He's on my side. I support him. I love the people that are more than willing to put their names behind their channel. Just like my guy Ryan right here, guys. Definitely check him out. If you guys haven't done it already, check out Ryan Rozbiani. Where else can they find you, Ryan?
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Just go to ryanstocks.com. All the links are there. Ryanstocks.com. Easy. The Twitter, the YouTube, the Patreon. If you want to learn how to trade stocks, everything is there. More than happy to talk to you all. And you can also catch me on Benzinga Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, where we're jamming out with the stocks.
Definitely, guys. Check it out. My man's always on some Twitter spaces. I don't know how he does it. He doesn't sleep. That's why I hit him up in the morning.
Man. I'm working it. It's in the background.
All right, Ryan. I'll see you next time, man. I always appreciate you coming on Happy Hour. You guys also check out After Hours with Ryan Rozbiani. He's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? At 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Definitely, guys. Check it out.
Mitch, always a pleasure. Later, everybody.
Next time. All right, guys, here we go. You guys, I saw some people mentioned it up earlier. Yes, we got the one and only Swing Pony coming up next. When we return, we'll get right into that interview. You guys smash the like button because I want to see some buttons liked. Okay? You guys support the channel. We're getting some good interviews, bringing you guys some fun. Definitely hit the like.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. You guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you know, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
What's going on? Let's go ahead and bring on Swing Pony. What's going on?
How's it going?
Welcome to the show. Super excited to have you on.
I came prepared.
Looks like you came prepared. Cheers. Pinky up, right?
Pinky up. Fancy.
All right, let's go ahead and let's get it started. First things first, I want to tell our viewers out there, where can they find you? You're on Twitter, right? And
I'm on Twitter.
Perfect. We're in the description below, guys. If you guys want to check out Ryan and Swing Pony after, you guys can go ahead and find that link right in the description. Definitely hit them a follow after this. Let's go ahead and let's get into our interview.
Yeah, let's talk.
So first things first, of course, what kind of trader are you? Are you kind of more of a day trader, swing trader, investor? What do you think you fall into?
Swing trading all day. That is my happy place.
Swing trading.
Yeah. So I would say June has been a happy month again, because before that we had a bit of a rut. It was very much a scalper's market, which, you know, I know it's like adapt or die, but it's so good to have some swings back. Definitely.
I love the swing trade. You know, I did day trading for so long that I got to the point that I started working with Benzinga, and then, you know, a lot of times I can't watch all day long, so I gotta do some swing trades mixed in there. So I'm more of a swing trader myself now too. So I power to you. I think there's definitely some ability out there and some profit to be made.
Then that's what I wondered watching you, if you know how you manage the whole watching the charts and making the trades at the same time, which is, I think, what I love the most about swing trading is that a lot of times I am by a computer and I am watching the charts and I'm on it, but I like trading in a way that if I were to step out for the day, if I were to go on vacation, if I were to have something come up, I can buy, set, forget, have my sell orders in, know that I'm not really missing out on anything.
Definitely. I think that's important, because at the end of the day, you know, one of the things is, you know, we like to invest, but we also don't want to invest all our time into this. That's the idea of investing. It should take less time than a real job, not more time, hopefully. I mean, so I definitely do swing trades. And my swing trades are usually a couple weeks. I'm usually not looking for a day or two, unless it's like crsr. I mean, where you wake up the next day and it's up 30%. I mean, you got to take the profit, right?
Sometimes it just happens, you know? So for me, it's like, whether it's days, weeks, or a couple of months, it's just a matter of like when it hits my profit margin. And when it happens in a couple of days, it's a perfect surprise. We're happy with it. We'll take it and we'll rock and roll.
Definitely. So how long have you been trading?
So I started trading last year. It was completely out of left field. One of my friends sent me a Robinhood link. I know we're not too crazy about Robinhood anymore, but it got a lot of us.
Gets everybody started. It got a lot of us
started, 100%. So I really only signed up because, you know, they gamify the whole process, and it's like, get a free stock. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll give it a shot. And so I just signed up and I made a few really bad trades, as most of us do when we're starting out. Mm-hmm. And so I think that was about August of last year that I started, but I didn't really develop a process and a strategy until that fall. So maybe like late October, early November is when I really was in a groove and was actually profitable, and the markets were rallying. So it was amazing.
Hey, well, I think you joined in at an opportune time. That's definitely certain. But that helps. So one of the things I want to hear about is, let's hear about a good story. So what has been your best trade so far?
Okay, so this is a fun one because my best trade was also my worst trade.
That's tell us the story. This sounds good already.
Yeah. So when I first downloaded Robinhood, I didn't know what anything was, but I was on Twitter and somebody had posted $Mara. And I'm like, oh, I think that's a stock, okay, so maybe this is meant to be. This is my first one. And somebody said, I'm putting a ton of money into it. It's going to go up so high. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put $50 towards that. And I think this was in August when Mara was at about $3 or so. And I bought it. And then the next day, I think it like gapped up. And beginner's luck, I'm like, oh my God, like, I know what I'm doing. This is amazing. Like, it's this easy. So naturally, what I did next was take a fat chunk of change and throw it in the next day, like kind of towards the top. I think at that point, Mara went from like 3 to 5 something. Let's see where we are there. Yeah, it hit about 5, and this is August of last year. It hit about 5, and that's when I dumped in a bunch of money, and that's when the play just started going down, 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 down. So I pretty much made every novice error in the book. I bought something just because somebody said something about it, and it ended up being a great trade. I just didn't play it right. I put all my money in at once. I didn't scale in. I then held on to it for dear life as it was bleeding out day after day after day. And I think the first time you do that, it's just like, oh my God, what have I done?
No, definitely. There's nothing like the deer in headlights. It definitely exists. It exists out there. I mean, I think we've all, especially when you start, you're gonna get that feeling one day. You're gonna wake up and just be like, whoa, what just happened?
And the goal is to learn from it. As long as you learn from it, I mean, it's a profitable mistake. So what happened from there was it kept dipping, and I was in total anxiety mode. Like, I can't believe I took all this like hard-earned money for my savings and I threw it in here. And I just was watching it go down every day. And I reached out to a friend, and he's like, hey, I don't like to give advice on what people should do with their trades, but every new person's common error is that they think they can just throw money in something, watch it grow, and then they have a hard time cutting losses. And that's exactly where I was. And he said, I'm going to tell you to just cut your losses and walk away, because there will be more trades. And if you commit all of your focus and all of your energy on this, you're going to be too distracted to see what other opportunities lie ahead. So I waited until I lost a little bit more. And then I finally cut my losses. And what was amazing was how good it felt once I did. I think it's when you're holding on to the trade for so long that it's like draining you of all this energy. But once you have a plan and you cut losses, you're ready to move forward.
Definitely. What I call that, and this happens a lot, is that you got your capital, right? That's your money, right? But then you also got your mental capital. There's only so much that you can give to a stock. Eventually, you yourself give in the mental side. And then so that's important too. So you got your capital and your mental capital. Don't put all your mental capital into one stock, because
you can't.
You drive yourself mad.
Well, and it'll just distract you from, you take one trade and then you turn it into another bad trade because you just have bad feelings. And it carries over. I believe in that.
How's the good side go? Let's hear the good
side. So the good side is I kind of developed a strategy. Radio Silent Play has been an incredible mentor. So I learned a strategy from him, And I basically was able to re-enter the trade later at a support area and ride the waves moving up and locking profits. Now, if you pull up the Mara chart, you'll see, like on the daily, that there are some very distinct waves that you can ride. So I went through Mara the first time and lost a ton of money on it. And then I took the strategy and the principles and the foundations that I learned from radio, and I reapplied them, and I would buy at a certain level, and I would start to lock profits on the way up. And then when we would hit support again, I would do the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of waves that you can ride. It's an ATM machine.
Definitely, definitely. I call it the waves to the game. There's always waves to this game. And if you catch the waves, that's what's important. It's not always just one wave up. Look for the next wave down. If you missed it, it's okay. We miss opportunities all the time. I think that was one of my hardest things when I first started, was missing opportunities. I don't know if you've struggled with that, but definitely it happens, you know, and once you learn that there's waves, you can wait for it. 100%.
And I think, so the strategy that really was a game changer for me that radio taught me was the rule of 3. So essentially, and this kind of helps eliminate the gray area and the indecision and all the things that get you stuck instead of moving forward. So if I'm looking to enter a trade, what I'll do is I'll create a personal buy zone. So that's rule number 1. This can be an area that I find is a support. It could be trend lines. It could be moving averages. And then rule number 2 is I'm going to scale into the play. So I'm not going to do what I did with Mara the first time and just dump all the money in at once. What you do here is, you know, I take a starter position. If it dips, I'm going to add some more. If I see another dip, I'll add more, and then I'll have my complete position. And rule number 3 is then setting sell orders, basically locking profits. You set your sell orders ahead of time, because what that does is I'm not watching the stock and I'm like, oh, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. Okay, I was going to lock here, but I might have more juice. I'm going to hold out. And then what do we all do? We end up selling in fear on the way down. So this takes that emotion out of it. And I'll set up a personal profit margin. So let's say my personal profit margin is 30%. I'm just going to throw that out to have an easy number. So what I'll do is I might set a sell order at 10% profit. I might set a sell order at 20%, and then one at 30%. And then to eliminate the whole FOMO, what about the potential of the play, what I can do is I can leave a certain set of shares. You could say maybe 20%, 25%, whatever you're comfortable with, and let that ride. That way, if the stock goes up 100%, 150%, I got my cake and I got to eat it too, you know?
You got to play with the house's money sometimes. Yep.
So that whole strategy, that strategy has been a game changer.
I have a rule of 3 of my own, so that was interesting to hear someone else have a rule of 3 also. It's really good to do. You know, one of the things to do is that you got to build rules in trading, and then kind of that's your system. You're building your system, right? And then you can always go back to your system when you're feeling your results are not matching and seeing, am I following the system? Really?
Good question.
You know, and that's one of the important things too. Yeah. And when you bounce that back and forth, you'll see, all right, so let me judge my entries. Let me judge my exits. How emotional did I really get here? Because one of the things that I did when I started really getting better at taking data was not only taking data on my entries and exits, but also how I felt in the trade at that moment. Because I think it's very important. You know, a lot of times, sometimes you will see that, hey, I got out a little early, and then your exact reward target you could have easily gotten. And so I think it's an important thing to definitely take that attempt, build a complete process. It looks like you've built a complete process, and it looks like it started to work for you, because that's what it's all really about. You start implementing, eventually it feels like the system is doing it all for you.
It does. I mean, there's so many different factors in the market that we can't control. And the only thing that we can control is our rules and our processes and, you know, risk management. So the other side of that is, if my PPM doesn't hit, my rule is if the trade closes below my floor 2 days in a row, I'll exit. I don't like stop losses. I don't like automatic ones, because what if we have, let's say today, we had a day like today where everything dipped. what if that's an anomaly? What if we come in Monday and everything's just fine and we're green again? This way, I have a mental stop loss. I can keep track of it, and I can just minimize losses. It's such a good, if you stay loyal to the system, it works. You have to actually.
I like how you also mentioned, and one of the things that I mentioned is having that order out on the reward side, because sometimes you get these spikes, and I've gotten these plenty of times in after hours where, you know, I was looking at my stock, it was up maybe about 10-12%. I'm looking for about like maybe around 20. So I'm putting out an order maybe at like 19.5%, right underneath that level that I want. And next thing you know, I look at my phone and I'm like, whoa, it's not there no more. What happened to my stock? Oh, it hit the random limit order that I put up there. And I think that's so important, because sometimes you get those afternoon spikes, those aftermarket spikes, those pre-market spikes where all of a sudden it can go to your profit level. And if that's your level, I always say, you know, I like my diamond hands in some stocks, but at the same time, green hands is better, because
totally.
I mean, we're trying to put some green in our pocket.
Compound gains, right?
Hey, definitely. Last thing I have for you is, what stocks are on your radar right now? Do you have any that you're kind of taking a look at? It doesn't have to be to something that you're actually in, but maybe just something you're taking a look at. Do you got any stocks you want to mention?
Yeah, so I have a few. I'll just name them real quick. In terms of longer term plays, if we continue to see big pullbacks, I'm going to create a little shopping list, and I'm going to put in some low ball bids. Palantir is one of them, and then Figs, which is scrubs, but like very modern, fashion forward, kind of the Lululemon of scrubs. Okay. And I think that they're just one of a kind in that industry. So I believe in them. In terms of other plays, I really do like, I like IDEX, fan favorite. That's another ATM where you can ride the waves. I mean, their acquisition of SoulTrack, just all the EV stuff that they have going on. I think their roadmap is incredible. I like Holicity. I know that they have the Astra merger coming up, and so they're going to have the ticker change. And they actually had a really nice green day, despite, you know, all the pullbacks we saw. They did great. Another one is Goed. I think it's Goedeker. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's an appliance company, and they had an offering and saw a massive drop. So I've been playing that from the bottom up, and it's been climbing the 8-day moving average beautifully. And we're about to have an 8 and 21 cross, and it used to trade at like $16 before this drop. So definitely a lot of potential there.
Interesting chart there, a little shadow up move. I like that.
We like our gap plays.
Hey, when you see the shadow, right? I mean, they love to fill all the time. So I definitely did see that. I also saw one this week on not CRM, but the competition at CRM. Let me pull it up here. Oracle did one of those that I'm looking at to see if it does the same. Interesting. Good names mentioned. I like Holicity. I like some space plays. We always talk about them on SPAX Attack. Who knows? Maybe we have to have you on SPAX Attack when we talk a little bit about some space. So I appreciate you coming on with me today on our happy hour. Cheers to you. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Go out there, have a good time. I know that you're that type of person that also likes to enjoy her time out away from trading. So definitely go ahead and do that. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you coming on, and we'll bring you back on the Money Mitch sometime.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, guys, there you go. You guys had it. I got some great interviews today. We had Ryan Rozbiani. We had Swing Pony. Check him out in the description below. Let me know what you guys thought of the show. Do you guys like the happy hour theme? Did you guys pour up with me? Did you guys have a good time? That's what really matters. Hit me up in the comments after. That's what I want to hear about. Let me know what you guys are looking at for next week. I'll go ahead and maybe do a Sunday watch list. If we get enough people to comment that they want a Sunday watch list again, like I did last week, who knows? Maybe I'll just do it. Like always, guys, hit the like. I'll be back next time. Check out the video. You guys at that 720S. I'm still missing my Cobra. You guys, the Cobra days. I miss those days. But definitely, you guys hit the like. We'll be here next time on Money Mitch. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.